In Buddhism, the mind is both the root of suffering and the source of liberation. It is said that the mind is everything. What you think, you become. This teaching reminds us that the way we relate to our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. Left untended, the mind behaves like a restless monkey, swinging wildly from desire to fear, from anger to attachment. If you let this monkey run free, it will lead you into endless dissatisfaction. But if you learn to train it, the same mind becomes a path to clarity, peace, and freedom. Think of how much suffering arises not from external events, but from the way our mind reacts to them. A harsh word can echo in our head for days. A small failure can grow into a story of defeat that we replay again and again. We spend nights consumed by what-ifs, regrets about the past, or fantasies about the future. The Buddha taught that this constant wandering is the true cause of suffering. It keeps us chained to craving, aversion, and ignorance. The world itself is not always the problem. It is our untamed mind that magnifies pain. Buddhist wisdom offers a simple but profound truth. Control does not mean suppression, but awareness. You cannot stop thoughts from arising any more than you can stop the wind from blowing. But you can learn not to be carried away by them. Mindfulness, sati, is the practice of watching the mind without clinging or rejecting. When anger appears, you notice it. When desire arises, you observe it. When fear comes, you acknowledge it. In this space of awareness, you are no longer enslaved by every impulse. Training the mind is like taming a wild animal. At first, it resists. It runs. It fights. But with patience and gentle discipline, it begins to settle. Meditation is the central tool in this training. By sitting quietly and observing the breath, we create a refuge from the constant storm of thoughts. Slowly, we see the mind's patterns. Its craving for pleasure, its resistance to discomfort, its endless chatter. With this insight, we begin to loosen the chains that bind us. The Buddha compared an uncontrolled mind to a fire. Desire burns, anger burns, ignorance burns, and we suffer in the flames. But through mindfulness and wisdom, the fire cools. We learn to see thoughts for what they are, passing phenomena, like clouds drifting across the sky. They have no permanent substance. When we no longer mistake them for absolute truth, they lose their power to control us. Consider the story of Angulimala, a man who lived as a murderer and terrorized villages. When he encountered the Buddha, he tried to chase him, but no matter how fast he ran, he could not catch up. Exhausted, he cried out, "Stop, monk!" The Buddha replied, "I have stopped, Angulimala. You stop too." In that moment, Angulimala realized the deeper meaning. The Buddha had stopped the restless, destructive momentum of his own mind. That realization transformed Angulimala's life. This story shows us that to stop the destruction caused by our thoughts, we must first stop feeding them with unawareness. Buddhist wisdom also emphasizes compassion as a form of mental control. Hatred and resentment may seem powerful, but they corrode the one who holds them. By cultivating compassion, we shift the focus from self-centered craving to understanding and kindness. Compassion is not weakness, it is mastery. A mind guided by compassion cannot be easily destroyed by anger or fear. Ultimately, to control the mind is to free it. We are not seeking to imprison thoughts or force them into silence. Instead, we learn to guide them toward clarity, peace, and wisdom. When the mind is tamed, life becomes lighter. Challenges remain, but suffering lessens because we no longer multiply pain with resistance. We experience moments fully, without clinging to what we like or running from what we dislike. This is the middle way. Not indulgence, not suppression, but balance. If you do not control your mind, it will control you. It will drag you through cycles of craving and despair, leading you further from peace. But if you practice mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, the same mind becomes your greatest ally. It transforms from a restless monkey into a clear mirror, reflecting life as it truly is. And in that clarity, you discover the freedom that no external condition can ever destroy.